Hey, it's so great to be back with you. And I really wanted to just jump on today to talk about something that's kind of close to my heart, which is the holidays. And it's such a special time of the year when we get to be together with the people that we care about most and that we love, friends and family. And what's better than going around the table expressing our gratitude? And that should really be something that we do at every dinner table, I really think. But I would just like to introduce the idea that holidays are great, but they could be better with some boundaries. So today I want to give you kind of a holiday survival guide of sorts and really some practical tips that you can use to not only get through the holidays, but really make the most of it to amplify the joy, amplify the good feelings and the love and so on. And this is an interesting year. So many families are divided. Let's face it, there is a whole bunch of agendas coming into one room together. So, in a way, it makes so much sense to have some guidelines to take the stress off, to give everybody some idea of how we can be together and make it the best possible time ever. When you get together, it's not only the state of the world that comes into the room, but it's also the unresolved issues from childhood. So that's why boundaries are your friend. But let's jump in with some practical ideas as well as some that just are plain common sense. So, the first one I want to talk about is embrace imperfection. If you are the type of person that feels like you have to do everything yourself and it has to be perfect, let that go. First of all, there's no such thing. People love to be part of the action. And if you can get, some family or friends together in the kitchen to help somebody make the salad, somebody set the table, whatever things that people can help with, they feel part of it. And it's really, a better feeling. And you do not have to carry everything on your shoulders. Another thing, set clear boundaries. Wow, is this ever important, especially at this time? So consider the no talking politics rule. And I've actually done that at parties that I've given. And I know there's all sorts of like a whole mix of people there. And I just don't want the tensions to rise up. I don't want people to get polarized. I don't want the atmosphere to devolve into, I'm right and you're wrong. And no, better to just have a no talking politics rule. And, you know, if an area doesn't have to be politics, it could be how you feel about a certain relative, who knows? You can set the guidelines, that this is not going to be part of the evening. And, you can do that. You can set the tone of the day. Another thing is know your triggers. We all have them. So understand who sets you off, what kind of things, if they say a comment about your appearance or the way you eat or whatever, and you just don't want any part of it, that's really fair, and in that situation, you can redirect the conversation or say, you know what, that issue is just not up for discussion. Let's move on. And at the very worst, you can just say, you know what, I'm going out. I'm going outside for some fresh air. You don't have to engage in conversations that you don't want to. Another thing is manage expectations. So remember, there are things that you can't control. If your great Aunt Sally is off on her tangent and she's just being who she is, you're not going to change her. It is what it is. So you can't control that, but you can control how much you let that in, how much you let that bother you, right? And another thing is choose who you focus your time on. Choose your company wisely. So spend less time with the people that just drain your energy, and spend more time. In fact, even try and sit next to or do things with the people that, fill you with joy, and you do the same for them. That's going to make for a much more fun time. Prioritize self-care. So there can be a lot of action, especially if everybody's in the house at the same time, doing this, doing that, preparing for this, preparing for that, running here, running there. Have breakfast. Simple thing, the simple things to fuel your body so you don't get an energy crash. So people don't get hangry. Who needs that, right? And break up the day with some activities, some exercise. It could be a walk, it could be just some time to recharge your own batteries, even if you have to say, I need a couple of minutes to attend to something, I'll be back soon. Then you can go to your breathing or whatever it is, mindfulness, just to get yourself recentered and back on track. Diversions, activities are really wonderful. Everyone can go on a walk, if as long as it's not, not a big storm outside, get outside, or even have games that a bunch of you enjoy. And it's fun to carve out some time to talk with the people that you resonate with and you want to be with. Focus on presence, not presence. You've probably heard that a lot, but there's such a frenzy in this culture to buy, get it on sale. You got to get it before it's gone. Oh, it can just like divert all the potential for connection, and just see that for what it is. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's not going to make a difference if you got that special sale sweater for, your sister. What's going to be more important is if you created some time to really connect with each other. That's what you will both remember more than anything. And then express gratitude. Of course, Thanksgiving is built around that. I think all the major holidays should have some element of gratitude. And we don't do it often enough. So if you can tell people, what qualities you love about them and how you see that reflected, that will touch their heart just as it probably touches yours if people do that from a sincere and heartfelt place. And that's the opportunity when we're together. And finally, lead with kindness. Yeah, of course, there are people that might annoy you, or things that just, are not your favorite to deal with. Everybody looks at life through their own lens. We know that. But look for the best in each other. And, when you can look at the best in people, they will show up most often in ways that may surprise you, in wonderful ways. It just brings out the best in people, and that creates a get together that will lighten everybody's mood, give them energy, and bring us closer. We want to connect, and kindness is a big key. So I'm wondering, what are your ways? What are your strategies to keep a holiday moving in a direction that you love? And also, what do you do to recenter, get rid of the stress? Love it if you could send the comments below. And as always, sending you so much love and wishing you just a warm and wonderful experience with the people that you find yourself with. And, let that be the foundation that energizes all of you going forward. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.